26,000. That's how many sex offenders are impacted by a decision made by the Ohio Supreme Court. A decision Ohio Attorney General Mike DeWine says puts the status of these sex offenders in real question.
We've got to scramble. I mean, we've got to go back and see what we can do, and it's imperative that we do it very quickly.
That's because sex offenders who committed an offense prior to 2007 and who had their original sentence stiffened will now have that sentence reduced to what it was in the first place.
Some people, for example, under the old law, had to register for 10 years. The new law came along and said, no, that's not long enough. You got to register for the rest of your life. The Supreme Court says, can't do that.
I just don't think it's right, really.
Within a 2-mile radius of Pat Lawrence's Clintonville home, there are 3 sex offenders, all of whom will be impacted by this decision.
I think it should apply to people that's committed them back in the 80s. I mean, if you did, you should have to register, especially if it's against a child or something. You know?
DeWine says he isn't surprised by the decision made here at the state Supreme Court. In fact, he says it's pretty straightforward. The question now, though, is where do they go from here? He says he has plans to meet with the state legislature to find out what can be done.
But we do need to go back and make sure they are covered some way so that these people are not just out without any law covering them at all.